I always wanted to do something to look after my body, getting a bit older, possibly losing a bit of weight, but I just couldn't find the motivation or the willpower to like do it consistently. In my head I wanted to do it and I get frustrated, but yeah, not really anything. Things are very different now. So I was on a holiday with a friend and was just kind of chatting about it, and she did a lot of running. And again, I was kind of in that headspace of, oh, I want to do something. And then I just thought about what I could do, and I had a bit of kind of money that I could spend and put towards it. And I actually read a blog post from one of your clients at the time, Helen, and she mentioned that she'd just started with a personal trainer and how incredible it was and changed her life. So it kind of, yeah, had been in my head for a while. So I came back from the holiday and thought, okay, maybe that's what I need to do, get someone and then just try it. And I thought I'd just try it for like a couple sessions and that would be it. And then I came and visited, and yeah, the rest is history. As soon as I emailed you, then yeah, straight away got a response, and I think I was in within the week. When I do like want to do something and I maybe get a bit excited by it, then that does make me more proactive. I mean, I didn't consciously think of it, but there's probably something to do with the fact that it was summer and obviously everyone's talking about beach bodies and stuff like that. So I probably just thought like, come on, get your ass in gear, just do something. And I would always try and be mindful of what I was eating and everything, but my job at the time was in the food and drink industry. So, you know, through actually at times having to do your job involved, you know, tasting the food, trying the drinks, of which the place I worked was very kind of heavy, cheesy, you know, it's in the maybe bad nutrition category. So I'd have to do that. And then as well, you know, I do enjoy socialising, eating, drinking, going out. So yeah, it probably wasn't great. After I met you guys, I had kind of the initial consultation and then started straight away. And I mean, that was 2 years ago. And I mean, I started it not knowing how long, I'd last with it, but still here, so. I think overall, I just generally wanted to kind of do something that was better for me, kind of improve my fitness. I was approaching 30, so kind of realised that, it was time to take it a bit more seriously, perhaps. Definitely, I think there's an element of wanting to lose a bit of weight and feel a bit better kind of physically and aesthetically rather. Also, my job was very stressful, very demanding, long hours. So I think for my mental health, I knew that it made a lot of sense to actually kind of invest in that. And something that, would just be away from work. I'd be able to kind of leave everything at the door and then have an hour, 2 hours to myself doing something that made me feel good and that I enjoyed just for me. Years ago, I was doing a master's degree and then I knew that it was, again, very intense, that I'd be spending a lot of time sitting down because I had to study and read and write. So at that time, I enrolled in a gym near where I was living and so was going there relatively frequently. I had a friend who lived nearby, so we went together and that obviously helped me go. And I had a bit of instruction when I was there, but now I look back, I mean, I try and remember what I did, like a couple minutes maybe on a treadmill and a couple minutes doing that and a bit of a plank. Just kind of after a while, I just would be able to talk myself out of doing them. And they probably just weren't right for me. I would definitely say that the style of training that I do here, I didn't even expect to be doing. When I signed up to it, I thought I'd be doing all like cardio stuff and like the HIIT sessions and in a big group with a PT shouting at me. I didn't realise it would be so weight-focused, weight training. And then that's, I think, in reverse why I've stuck at this, is because obviously I enjoy it, I'm good at it, and you can see the results, whereas before, I guess I probably wasn't getting the right instruction for them, so wasn't really going down a constructive path, so didn't really get anywhere to see the results to keep it going. I remember then at the end of the session, you just turning to me and going, so, right, when should I put you in? Tomorrow? And I was like, oh, shit, okay. So we're starting straight away then. It was super different from what I expected. You did in the initial consultation, it got explained roughly what we did. But going in there, I thought that it would just be treadmills and cardio and stuff that, for me, hadn't worked before and I didn't think I particularly enjoyed. But just coming in straight away, and obviously not only what I was doing, but seeing what other people were doing, was very interested, and just it being so much more weight focused was great. I could see that, that path, and I wanted to do it, definitely, It's all been beneficial in loads of different ways. for me, I've got unlimited, so being able to come any time of day, every day of the week is great. I prefer the weight training, definitely. I think I'll always be like that. I think I'm just in myself better at kind of, hard and heavy, but for like short amount of time. But the cardio is good fun, yeah. So the weekend sessions are good, I like it. And again, I know it's targeting different parts of my body and my fitness, and the two go so well together. Everyone overall is obviously very supportive. I think for other people, they're just a bit like, oh gosh, she's going to the gym again, because it makes them feel bad. But like everyone's been super supportive, and family and friends have commented. Obviously, like I've physically changed quite a lot. My close family definitely have commented in a nice way that I'm a lot, they haven't said I'm nicer now, because that sounds like they're quite mean to me, but they have in a nice way just kind of put it that I seem a lot happier, a lot more relaxed. Because as I said before, with my job and stress and mental health, I wasn't in the best of places, so they have noticed that different, which then just makes them more supportive, and it's partly been a big change in my life, but it partly hasn't. I've managed to slot it in and it all works really nicely, so yeah. And they understand now, if I can't meet up because I'm at the gym, then just, make plans around it.
Was the change that you experienced, was it gradual, or did everything just come at once?
No, it wasn't like the next day. It was definitely something that I had to kind of put my mind to and stick with it. But I did see the results relatively quickly. I mean, when I came, I think in the early days I was still coming here like a good 4 or 5 days a week. And now I'm up to kind of 6 or 7. I don't really want to kind of sign up for any kind of fad thing where it's like 2 weeks and you starve yourself and you go crazy and then you get the results, because I just don't believe that that's sustainable. You get the odd day when you feel tired. And then sometimes if I've, say, been away on holiday, I've been away and then you come back, that first session back is hard. But again, I think it's more a struggle I have with myself, because I just get frustrated at myself, because I remember that I used to be able to do something and I'm like, oh, I just want to do it again. But I know within a few days or a week, I'll be back up to that level again.
How were you able to push through and get back on track when you did have those sort of mornings where you didn't want to come in, or that day you didn't come in? What was your mindset around getting back on track?
I think I would just think to myself, you just have to do it. Because you feel a bit shit and annoyed at yourself, and it's like, well, either you can kind of throw your toys out the pram, give up, eat rubbish and not come in, but then I knew in my head that would just not help, I'd just feel worse. So it would be hard, and especially with kind of food and stuff, but then I'd just have to tell myself, right, just give yourself, I'd probably break it down, like it's just 1 week, just work really hard for 1 week, like really focus on having a really good diet and coming in and working really hard, drink loads of water, and then in 1 week you will see a difference, and it does work. As physically, my body changed. I get weekly body fat measurements as well, which were good just to kind of keep track on how I was going. Definitely just seeing the numbers of the weights that I was picking up or being encouraged to pick up were increasing, or the number of reps, but my confidence with it as well. And you just, after a while, you kind of feel it every now and then. Or if I'm tying my hair up and I look in the mirror, I'm like, wow, I've never had that definition before, never had that shape. Clothes feeling different. I mean, I've had to spend a lot of money on a new wardrobe, but that's a great thing. I'm like really happy to do it. And then being able to, once I got to certain, either a weight in myself or being able to lift certain weights, being shown new exercises and new things, it's really good. So it just kind of keeps me building up and pushing myself.
What would you suggest to anyone who is confused about sort of health, training, nutrition at the moment?
Or if they're confused, then I'd say talk to someone. Either someone, say like me, who before I would say definitely wasn't really a fitness person and then suddenly is ending up loving it, or more of a professional who can advise them. Trust me, exercise works. The endorphins, feeling better, having something to commit to, you should do it. So I would very much kind of push and encourage them to look into it. It's really important to find what works for you, because clearly now I found what works for me, whereas before there were things that really didn't. So for someone else it might be, swimming, or I've got a friend who's now gone and got into marathon running when before she literally couldn't run a 5K. So yeah.
Thank you for watching today's video. If you're interested in fitness, as I assume you are, then you're gonna wanna try and maintain your fitness while you're on holiday. So if that's the case, you wanna check out our 20-minute travel video on equipment, and we've also got another travel video based around a 20-minute circuit, which is great for fat loss, power, and muscle building.